Welcome back to episode 12.
Yes.
Okay, good. I was really getting that wrong. I get it wrong every week before when we do like our little pre-show interview or our pre-show talk through. I'm like, just like episode 13? And no, it's 12. I'm like, oh, I got it wrong then, didn't I?
No, it's 12. You got it right.
Oh, see, I get so confused. Anyway,
Okay.
welcome back.
Welcome back.
Episode 12. Welcome back. Episode 12. I got it right. Yes. Oh, it's been a good week. You know, for two people who are not very interesting, we have very busy lives, it seems like. We're always on the go. Just got something going on. At least I feel like that.
Yeah, I think it's more so you feel like that than I really am busy. I mean, I'll meet up with like Mary or Natalie or somebody like that, but I really don't have anything going
Well,
on.
I mean, like this past week, we had a lot when we found some land finally.
Yeah.
After a 6-month-long search, we finally found some land we're purchasing. We had our 5th year wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
Hip hip hooray.
Hooray.
Insert the cheers. Wow. I mean, to me, that's a busy and exciting week.
It is. I mean, I guess I didn't even think about that. Sorry. I did not think about you. But
It's
yeah,
okay.
I
I
didn't
did
even-
buy you flowers. I took you out to a fancy dinner.
Okay. First off, I told you to buy me flowers. Second off, I told you to take me somewhere besides the places that we always go.
I delivered.
You did
Upon your
deliver, but I'm
requests.
not. Don't try to act like it was all your idea.
It's not, but it's things I should
didn't want
do.
to be a cheap date this anniversary. Usually a
Well,
cheap date.
I mean, number 5 to me that's a round whole number. That's a good one to 10 is even bigger, and then 15 is bigger than 10, and then 20. It'll get more extravagant as the years go on. If we're all still here and the world hadn't ended.
Well, that wasn't dark.
So, are you excited about this land that we've purchased?
I am. I'm really excited about it.
Well,
It's 1.26 acres, and we haven't closed yet, but we should be closing by the end of the month.
I know
So
to a lot of
November
people that
should
don't
be-
sound like a whole lot of land, but that's like 5 times as much as we had before. I'm over the moon ecstatic. I'm
Yeah.
like, yes.
Well, I mean, the main reason that we sold, mainly sold because you wanted more land,
Yeah.
which, I mean, it is just 1.26
but
acres.
it's more.
But the reason I wanted to sell was because, we could pay off a few things with the equity that we created and that
right.
kind of stuff.
And then
so,
still have enough to buy
right.
a piece of land that we could build on and build us a
Exactly.
nice.
So it's nice to see all the pieces kind of falling into place finally after not really having next steps to take. We had that one leering, is that the word, leering?
Yeah.
Okay. I mess up all the time. But that one leering step, we really need to find land or find a house somewhere. And a house, not necessarily so much. We really did have our heart set on finding some land somewhere. And the fact that we actually found some that met every requirement that we really kind of had is just really great.
And that was a big deal because I wanted at least an acre.
Yeah.
And to have it kind of meet every little specification that we wanted. We didn't want it in the middle of a town or in the middle of the city. We wanted it kind of off to the, out of town a little ways.
Yeah.
And it's somewhat secluded.
Yeah. Well, being in the city didn't really bother me because, I
would
grew
bother
up
me.
in the city, but it would bother you. And what I mean by city is small country town.
Small town. You
But-
grew up in the heart of town. I've always lived on the outskirts.
Yeah.
Always.
So it wouldn't bother me to have a house I could throw a rock and hit it. It wouldn't bother me any, but it would bother you.
It was bothering
But-
me. It was already starting to bother me.
The checklist for the land that we actually purchased or are in the process of purchasing, the checklist that I had wasn't necessarily a requirement checklist. It was more I'd really like it if it had this. For instance, I've always wanted a really long driveway. I don't know what it is about driveways. It's just I just like them. So this one is almost shaped like a golf club in a way.
It's shaped exactly like the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah. So it has like that long skinny strip, and that was technically our driveway, and then it just opens up to the 1 acre basically.
Yeah.
And it is the only, like, people could say it's like a literal downside is that it slopes. But I don't mind the sloping because the sloping ends up at a 5 acre lake, pretty much. Pond, lake, whatever you want to call it.
It's pretty.
But we get to have that kind of view from our back porch once we do build. So that's always been on my would like to have list is a long driveway and a view of some kind of water.
And it's pretty much, I mean, it's not pretty much, it's a completely wooded lot, so it's like great.
So it's pretty secluded. It's at the very, very, very end of a dead end road.
Of a subdivision road.
Yeah, so I mean, you have to go to the very end and then go down a long driveway and then you'll see it. So I mean, it's pretty secluded. But anyway.
Enough of those boring details.
Yeah. No, you don't need to know all the details.
There they are.
But we're open people, so. But I do want to kind of document it. I know our realtor is my cousin Jessica. Shout out to Jessica. She listens to every episode. She is an amazing realtor, and she has been with us like every step of the way, from selling our house to looking for different houses to purchase to looking for different pieces of land. And I've sent her all kinds of stuff. Like,
yeah, I know come the end of this month, she's going to be like, finally, they're out of my hair.
I've put her through the ringer, especially whenever we first sold our house, because I was stressing out. I was like, we've got to find land now. I knew I shouldn't have been in a hurry, but I was just like jumping on this one particular piece that I saw, and I was like, we need to put in an offer in now because it's freshly on the market and it's not going to stay there long, and it's in a prime area. And we were technically under contract, no contingencies to fall back on, and we basically breached our contract. And I had to make her do that, and she was like uncomfortable, and I was uncomfortable, but ultimately, like, we jumped too fast, and I felt really bad. But they did get to keep our $500 earnings check, so they cashed that sucker fast too. But I felt really bad about that. So after that, we were just like really, really, really leery about stuff. And so we finally found a piece that we really like, and we're excited to start our journey. But I'll leave Jessica's information down below because, y'all, she really is a great realtor. And she does Mobile County, Baldwin County. I'm sure she would. I mean, I don't know why she wouldn't, besides the fact that we're just weird. But she's not, so go follow her.
By we, you mean you.
Well, whatever. Some people have their own opinions about that. But anyway, she's just been really great, and so I just wanted to give her a shout out. But yeah, so we're wanting to like document. That's where I was going with that too, was that she mentioned that we should document our whole process of like buying the land and building the house and everything. So I think that would actually be a really good idea, because as much as we are trying to be like more on social media and things like that, that would be a really great one to go by. Because I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people that document that kind of stuff, but
not with our personalities, though. We're like,
okay. But anyway, yeah. So that's what we're gonna try to do. Long story short, long story long.
So hopefully, be looking out for those videos.
Yeah. On
the tube.
Yeah, the tube. And
so, all right, let's get off of that. I got something I want to bring up. Something we spoke a little bit on the other day, and we were like, we're going to save it for this podcast. So Friday, this is being recorded on Sunday evening. Friday was our anniversary. We went out to dinner to it's the nicest restaurant I've ever been to, personally. I don't know about you. It's the nicest restaurant I've ever been to. And would you say that?
Yeah.
Is that nicest? I know it was the most expensive meal I've ever paid for in my life. I was like, holy crap. But it was worth it. It was our 5-year anniversary, so it was 100% worth the price that I had to pay. And, I mean, and it wasn't like one of those, $1,000 tickets. By no means. It wasn't that much. But I felt...
We went to Dumbwaiters. Let's
yeah,
just
get
this out in the air.
Yeah, I mean,
like, we went to Dumbwaiters in downtown Mobile. Before the tip, it was $140 for mine and yours. And we got 2 steaks, Actually, you got 2 steaks. I got 1 steak.
I got 2.
Mine
it was
was
4-ounce
massive.
fillets. Okay, don't make it seem like I got 2 16-ounce ribeyes.
And mashed potatoes and asparagus.
And 2
and then we got
grilled
an appetizer.
I got 2 grilled shrimp.
And yeah.
You got a coffee crusted ribeye. Which was the food was good.
I thought you were about to say something else.
No, the food was good. So I don't want to excuse that. It was great food in my opinion. It was really good. But I don't know. I consider myself, and other people may scoff, laugh at what I'm about to say. I consider myself somewhat of a bougie person. But that was too bougie for me.
Look, we've spent way more, I think, at other places.
I don't think so.
I think we
Before that, the most expensive meal I ever paid for was at Big Mike's in Orange Beach, and it was $120.
I mean, that's comparable.
Maybe.
Big Mike's is a very casual experience.
Right.
I get what you're talking about, though. This is like it's not even a bougie of the bougie. It's just like a bougie casual place.
No.
Yes.
Bluegill is bougie casual.
No. Bluegill is like casual. People that have been to dumbwaiters will know what I'm talking about. Like, it's a bougie person's casual. You're not a bougie person. I mean, you have bougie tendencies, but you're not a bougie person.
I think I am. I found that out. How about that?
Yeah.
But I also feel like there's different levels of bougie.
Of course there are, but dumbwaiters is not a bougie place. It's a bougie casual place. Otherwise, they wouldn't have let those women that come in after us come in.
Smoking cigarettes, toting coffee cups.
I swear they were wearing like pajamas. So.
They were wearing jeans and like a windbreaker.
Well, I was wrong.
I was like profiling hard. I was like, I dressed up and got my hair done. I feel like an old lady. I got my hair did for this date.
I made him put gel in his hair.
And because
mousse. It was mousse.
It was a mousse, and I hated it. I felt like a porcupine.
You looked good, though. You didn't look like your normal fluff self. And I don't mean to sound like I'm degrading you whenever I say that.
No. Because I'm usually wearing a ball cap. Like, I'd rather just wear a hat, but I didn't feel like it was appropriate for where we were going or for the situation. So I was like, I'll let you comb my hair. I sound like a 6-year-old. You can comb my hair, Mom.
That's honestly what it felt like because I had a water bottle and I was squirting his hair and he was like, "Ooh, that's cold."
But I mean, I was like, I don't know. I was somewhat uncomfortable, but I wasn't 100% uncomfortable.
It was okay. I mean, it wasn't like bougie, but
they didn't even have sweet tea on the menu.
Let's just say the waitress, when she came up, she had like fingernail polish falling off. Like her fingernails were like, I was going to say Anne Hathaway, but yeah, her name was Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway's on Princess Diaries when she was like, "Who has nails like these?" She was like, everyone. But yeah, like her nails were just like horrible. So I was like, I don't know. But I did get like entranced whenever she started talking about the menu and the specials because she was speaking like this, and we have this on the menu. It is our special. It comes with this and this and this. And she just spoke very slowly, but very articulately. And I was entranced by the way she was speaking.
You didn't even pay attention.
I honestly did not know what she had even said by the time she finished her speech. All I heard was coffee crusted steak. And so I was just like, I'll just take the coffee crusted steak.
And whatever comes with it.
I don't even know what came with it. So I was pleasantly surprised when the asparagus and mashed potatoes came out. I was like, oh, okay.
Nice.
These are the things that I eat, so we good.
But yeah, that was my whole thing was like, is it just me or is there different scales of bougie out there?
There's definitely different scales of bougie. How do you not know that there's different scales of bougie?
I don't know, dude. I thought bougie was bougie.
Look at like Paris Hilton. That's like bougie of the bougie, right?
Right.
Like Donald Trump is like bougie of the bougie. I know those are like really weird, like people to compare, but
I guess
they're hotel
I didn't
people,
even think
so
about that. I guess if you're a billionaire,
yeah, like
bougie
that's nothing.
is something different to you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's like going to Texas Roadhouse for them.
That's not even Texas Roadhouse. That's like flea market to them.
But it just, I don't know. I thought I would be. This is probably what it was. I thought I would be more comfortable than what I was.
I mean, you were pretty comfortable. I was the one making it awkward. I was looking at their wine list to just like look at it.
Yeah, because all they had to drink was tap water.
Just to like look at it. And I couldn't even pronounce anything on there. I was trying to pull my like inner Frasier, like Frasier Crane. What would he pronounce this as? And I couldn't pronounce anything on there. Like not a single thing.
Well, you can't.
There was one that had
words,
like
so.
something in parentheses that was like English, and I was like, ooh, just looking at it, and then it was like $65 for a bottle.
$200
like,
bottle. You
was
can only
it $200?
buy. You can only buy it in the bottle.
That's right.
I was like, I had to drink tap water out of a milk jug. They brought it to you like the old school milkman used to leave it on your front door. Milk jugs is what it.
What was funny too is so whenever we get there, there's a napkin and then there's a saucer sitting on top of it, and then you have your 2 forks to the left and your 2 knives to the right.
I didn't even wrap them up in a paper towel. That threw me off.
Shut up. And then they had like the vase and whatever is in the front, like in front of you. And me and Justin order this appetizer. We order fried green tomatoes and fried mozzarella, and they have it stacked up like alternating. Justin thinks that they're they're the same thing. I thought it was mixed together. I kept trying to tell him like, no, that's fried mozzarella, and then that's a fried green tomato. They're 2 completely different things. I digress. So we're like eating our appetizers, and then I'm like, Justin, I think we're supposed to take these napkins and put them on our lap.
Yeah.
So we pick up our saucers that have already been eaten off of. We're like, putting our napkin on our lap. And it's so funny. And then whenever we first got there, the man was like, and here's the purse hook on the side of the table. Because they set us right in like the bay window. Yeah, so everybody walking the street could see us.
They opened at 5. We were the second people.
I had my purse sitting in the window, like in the little windowsill right there. And I was like, maybe I should just like clip it to where he told me to clip it. That way I don't look like I'm trashing up the place. I don't know. But I did really enjoy the architecture inside because it was a bunch of exposed brick.
Did you
and
ever look it up and see what that used to be? Oh,
no, I really do want to know what it was originally. But yeah, there's definitely different scales of bougie. But I was very uncomfortable in that place.
Yeah, I like to be. I'm Causeway Bougie. If you're from around here, you know what that is. That's like our local seafood hub. I'm Causeway Bougie. Give me shorts, flip flops, and a good comfortable
T-shirt.
and
a Columbia shirt. Like,
yeah, and some flip flops. You're good to go.
That's a bougie. Oh no, you're really bougie if you wear AFCO shorts and a polo.
Yeah, they don't make AFCO in this size, man.
And some flip flops.
I have to go to the academy and get my gel.
That's when you know you're like bougie.
But I will say this though, fellas, if there's any fellas that listen to this, take your wives there, splurge. It was nice. The food was good. It was good. I'm not even gonna lie. It was good.
It was so good. He left my leftovers sitting on the table and not put it in the fridge. Half my steak went in the trash.
I'm sorry. I was so out of it when we got back home because I was tired and I wanted to go to bed because I had to get up early the next morning to go deer hunting. So I had to get up at 2 o'clock to go deer hunting. So
one story that we don't need to skip over is how we almost got divorced this past week. So the last time...
JK.
Maybe. So the last time that we uploaded was on Halloween. Obviously that was pre-recorded. But Halloween night, I go out with Justin and, before we go out, we plan on going out with, like, our family, me, Justin, and Emery, and then going out with my brother and his wife, Mary, and their kids trick-or-treating. Well, I asked Justin if he wanted to have a costume. He said no, so I didn't get him a costume, but I bought myself and Emery one, and my 2 nephews, like, we all went in as a group costume. So they were the Ghostbusters, and then I was Slimed. so the big green booger thingy from Ghostbusters. And then Emery was supposed to be puffed. So she had her little cute white costume. She looked like a big marshmallow. Well, I have our costumes in the car, like ready to go. It's Halloween day. And we decide to go look at that land with my cousin Jessica, the realtor. And we get all the way over there. We start tromping through the woods. And me and her decide to hang back because there's no point in us going. We don't even know what we're looking at. We're like, that's a nice boulder. So we're sitting there waiting on Justin to get out of the woods. And he finally comes out. This is a long story, but he finally comes out. And I realize Emery has a very, very dirty diaper. Well, I put her in the car. And I'm changing her diaper. Well, then I have to use the restroom like really, really bad. And having a mother's bladder, I'm sure some of you can relate. I needed to sit down. That way I wouldn't use the restroom on myself. So I was like, Justin, come over here. I've already cleaned her all up. I just need you to put on a new diaper. And I'm just going to sit down. So he came over there to the back door of the car. Finished changing her. And she was in like normal clothes. She wasn't in her costume, but she was laying on top of her costume. Well, we all get in the vehicles and we leave. We get back up here to the house, which is like a good 35, 40 minutes away. And Mary's like, hey, because, we live like right beside them. She said, hey, let's get them all in their costumes and we'll go to the wood line and like take pictures of everybody. And then we'll start trick-or-treating over there at the golf course. And I was like, okay, cool. So we come inside to get dressed. I can't find Emery's costume anywhere. And I'm starting to just, whenever I get frustrated, I get really short with the people that I love the most. It's the best way to describe it. And Justin was like, well, did you check here? I'm like, there's no way it would be there. Well, did you check here? Yes, I checked there. Are you sure? I'm like, I don't need you asking me, am I sure? I checked there. And so I'm going around checking all these different places to figure out where it is because I know it was in the car. Well, I'm like, well, Justin, let's just load up and go look for it. By this time, it's 5:30. I'm like, let's just load up and go look for it. Well, why are we going to do that? I was like, Justin, just load up and get in the car. Let's go look for it. We can find it real fast and then come back and, start trick-or-treating. Well, it's going to be too late by then. I was like, no, it's not. It's literally just 5:30. Let's just get in the car and we'll go. Well, she's going to miss the whole Halloween experience by then. I'm like, Justin, I don't understand what you don't understand about this. Just get in the car and we'll go look for it. We'll just put her in something cute. She ain't got to be puffed. I was like, Justin, I've done bought these costumes. Please, let's just go look for it. I don't understand what you don't understand about this. Let's just put her in something else. I'm like, Justin, I'm supposed to be slimed. She is puffed. The boys are the Ghostbusters. This is like a group thing. Please, get in the car. And he's like, I just don't understand, why you won't just put her in something cute. By this time, I just lose my cool altogether. And this is when the divorce papers are being signed. They being faxed over. I start raising, I don't want to say yelling, but I start raising my voice quite a bit. I'm like, you could stay here or you can get in the car. But either way, I'm going to go look for the costume. And so he gets in the car. But, yeah, it was quite eventful. I called my cousin Caitlin, who is she lives very close to the land that we're buying, literally across the street. I know. We keep moving beside people. I wasn't the first one to move beside somebody. My sister moved beside me. Shout out Ashley. I know the kids are listening right now. I'm not throwing you under the bus. I'm just saying, I'm not always moving beside my kinfolk. They move beside me too. Anyway. But yes, so she went outside, looked down the road, and there it was laying in the road. Whenever Justin picked her up to put her in her car seat, it fell out onto the ground. Long story short, we almost got divorced. But that's the day that we found the land that we love. So we got a beautiful story to share.
Come out of it.
Yeah.
The only thing I couldn't understand was, okay, so we had went all over Mobile that day, not knowing where we lost it at. That was my whole thing behind it. And I'm a person who lives off a strict time management program. So I'm like, dude, if we go here, and here, it's liable to be 9 o'clock before we find this thing.
No.
I was not under the assumption that it was going to be at the first place we went to. The last place we stopped at that day, which would be the first place we went and checked.
Yeah.
I had no clue it was going to be there.
Well,
because first off, hold on.
You're good.
I didn't realize she was even laying on top of the costume.
Yeah.
I never realized that when I was putting her diaper back on her, buttoning her back up, getting ready to put her in her car seat.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing when I picked her up or something, I didn't even see anything fall out of the car or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know if she had it in her hand, maybe holding on to it. I don't know. I don't know how it come out, but I drug it out somehow or another.
Well, in the interactions of trying to search for it here, I knew in my memory bank that I saw her laying on top of it whenever I was changing her clothes, because I made effort not to get anything on it because it's a white costume. So in my mind, I knew the last place I saw it, and it was the last place we went, so it had to be there. But in our struggle in logic, I failed to convey that. So I mean, it is technically my fault, that it got to that point. But
it was a dual fault.
It was a struggle, y'all. So if we ever come across I don't think we come across this way, but if we ever come across we have it all together, we do not.
I don't know. I feel like
people not have it all together.
I feel like people see us more
as honest.
No, as bickering than they do having it all. But we don't bicker.
We do.
We do, but it's not like
I described it to your mom the other day, because I was just talking to her. I said, Justin likes to argue. He'll tell you he likes to argue.
I like being confrontational.
He loves being confrontational. He loves to argue. He loves to nitpick stuff. So I know that about him, so I don't mind it. But sometimes it's just too much. I've had too much that day, so I just can't handle it. And we've had conversations about it before to where I'm like, look, if I tell you that I just need you to lay off, just start laying off, because I don't mind you being confrontational or you wanting to bicker about different stuff. But sometimes I just can't handle it. But other people, whenever they hear those bickering conversations or thing like that, they think that we literally have marital problems, but it's literally just Justin's personality and me just taking it because I know that's him.
Taking it, nothing. You give it back.
I do give it back, but I mean
that's what makes me go even more, is because you reciprocate, and which creates me to want to reciprocate back to that. I'm reciprocating. You're reciprocating.
Yeah, I like it myself too, because I think it's fun sometimes. But like I said, whenever I've just had too much that day, I just can't. So we've had conversation before, almost it's tap,
and then I don't know
tapping
what to
out
say.
Type thing.
I get really quiet then, because it's kind of like
you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Your whole personality is confrontational.
It's built around being confrontational. Yeah. And I don't mean anything. I don't mean any harm by it.
Yeah, you're just a very blunt person.
Well, sometimes I like seeing what I can get out of somebody. Mm-hmm. I know that's not good.
No, it's not.
It really
sometimes it gets me yelling at you about getting the car if they hear. People.
Hold on. In a scenario like that, I was really I couldn't comprehend. I couldn't wrap my mind around.
But I didn't need you to comprehend it at that point. I just needed you to be on board.
Still, at the same time, like I said, I had no clue it was going to be the first place we checked.
Yeah.
Or you called Caitlin and had her run out. And, of course, there it was. Ta-da.
But, yeah, so after that, the next day was November 1st, obviously. And I figured so we rode around in my brother's friend Derek. We rode around in his truck throughout the golf course. And it's a rather tall truck. And I'm a chunky gal in a slimed outfit. And they're all jumping off the back of the tailgate and jumping, and running to people's houses and then, coming back, jumping back on the tailgate and, just doing that kind of thing. And I would pass Emery through the window of the passenger side and give her to Justin because it was kind of cold. Anyway, my hefty behind, jumping up and down to get on that tailgate, I was about to die. I was and I was with two skinny people. like skinny women, Mary and Ashley, and I was just like trying to hold my crap together. Like, I am not dying. I am not about to like, have a freaking heat stroke in this big old outfit. Like trying to jump up here, about to pull a hamstring or something. And so at the end of the night, I was just like done. I was like tapping out. Like, are we gonna like eventually stop going to people's houses? But I was having fun. But yeah. So the next day, November 1st, I was like, you know what? Forget fall. And I love fall. But I was like, forget fall. Forget all this orange stuff. I'm done. I put all my orange stuff back in storage, and I've whipped out all my Christmas decorations. And by the time Justin got home, I had everything up. The Christmas tree was up. Everything. I was like, fa la 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 la. Me and Emery had watched Elf like 5 times that day because where we live currently, I have to have my phone in the window if we want to watch, like, stream anything online. So I've been putting DVDs into the PlayStation, and she don't know what she's watching. So, like, I'll have Elf in there, and when it's over, I'll just rewind it all the way to the beginning again. So we've literally watched Elf probably like 20 times in the last week just because I don't want to take the DVD out.
And it's hilarious.
I love Elf. It's so funny.
Must be a South Pole Elf.
He's an angry elf. Anyway, yeah. So we've had a lot of fun this past week. I bought Emery 2 little decorations, and so right now I only have 3 decorations on the tree, and those are her test ornaments.
See if she breaks
because I do not want to decorate that entire tree, and she starts. I mean, I know she'll do it, but I don't want her to just start like pulling everything down. I want her to get used to things being on the tree and her not just like attacking it like
walking
crazy.
Up to it like a cat.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I know she's going to do it because it's going to be covered and stuff. And so, I mean, it's inevitable, but I'm just trying to see if this will work to deter her a little bit.
No. Because she is testy anyway.
Yeah, she's like me.
So she's going to be like, I thought you were sneaky bad growing up.
I am. That's how she is. That's how she's going to be.
No, that's openly bad. That's what I was.
Yeah.
That's being testy is openly bad. She's like, I'm going to see if you going to get on to me. Break.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I can hear her now.
I am so excited, though. So after we have Thanksgiving up here, I'm going to help Mary. I don't know if I should say this because I don't know if the boys know or not. I'm sure they do because they listen to this, too. Mary, if you don't want them to know what we're going to do, just turn this off. Or fast forward. I'll give you like 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, you had your chance.
Yeah. So me and Mary are going to decorate the front porch of their house, or the back.
Okay.
They consider it the back porch, but to me it's their front porch. But they're going to decorate that. I'm going to help them go out there with like all the stuff that we had from our house and like decorate it like a big gingerbread house.
Cool, that'd be fun.
I know. I'm so excited. Because their house looks like a
gingerbread house anyway.
Yes, it's going to be so cute. Can't wait. I can't wait. She said they've been begging her to do it for like years, so now that I move up
I can't wait. I can't wait to. I mean, I know we're going to plan a holiday episode for like Thanksgiving and Christmas to talk about that, but I can't wait to take Emery to Bellingraph to see the lights. We took her last year, but she wasn't as interactive as she is now, though. I mean, she's almost 2, so she's a little more interactive, so I can't wait to go see her just like going buck wild because she likes the bright colors and stuff.
Most people that are listening are our family and our friends, and so they're familiar with what Bellingraph is. But how many acres is Bellingraph?
Don't ask me because I can't remember.
It is a huge botanical gardens. It's a home that the Coca-Cola was he. Like, what was he in Coca-Cola?
I don't know.
So it was some bigwig of Coca-Cola that owned a house, the Bellingraph house. I believe his name was Bellingraph, but that would make sense, Elizabeth.
Well, that's like saying the Biltmores didn't build the Biltmore house.
Anyway. What? The Whites didn't build the White House, Justin?
How do you know? Maybe Charles White or somebody.
Shush. Anyway. So the Bellingraths had their huge, like, beautiful home.
It's
and then
over
they had
100 acres.
Yeah,
so.
then they had this beautiful garden, like botanical garden. It's so pretty. So they have different courtyards and different like secret pathways and like it's just really beautiful. But at Christmas time, they light the entire thing up. So like the lake has swans floating out there, like not real swans, but like lit up swans and
They
like
wrap swans
lit
and
up like
Christmas
lily
lights.
pads. And then they have like an Asian section where it's like a fire breathing dragon type thing. They have lights hanging down from the old historical like trees. Like it's just beautiful. They have like a walk through tunnel where it's like under the sea.
Yeah.
Like you can see all the different like crustaceans and like fish, and it's just so cool. And it's so cute. They have like a hot chocolate stand and they have like a gift shop. It's just really neat to go to if you're in the Mobile area, to go to Bellingrath Gardens.
Try to go to it on a cool night.
I mean, you can go to it during the year, but it's more of the botanical side. It's not
Right.
anything
And
like
you can take a riverboat
lights and
trip
stuff.
up and down the File
I'm sure they
River.
have lights, but it's nothing like
I don't think
the
you can go to
Christmas
it at night.
lights.
When it's not Christmas. I don't think it's open.
Yeah, true.
Who wants to see flowers in the dark?
Well, either way, it's super pretty. So, highly recommend. But what else do we have planned? So, we're going to do a special for Thanksgiving. We're going to do a special for Christmas. I don't know that we're going to do one for New Year's or not.
No.
We can do like resolutions that we're not going to stick to.
Yeah.
I don't know really what else we have in the works besides just like bringing y'all along with the process of us with our land. I mean, it's going to be a while before we build anyway, because we're going to try to develop the land first, you know, like clear a bunch of trees, get the driveway going, because that's going to be a project in itself.
Right.
Right now it's a literal ditch going all the way down the
ditch that
yeah,
we've got to fill in.
It's going to be a project, but
Have to
I'm
get
super
somebody
excited
out there
about
with
it.
a dozer and do some work.
Yeah.
Here goes all my
Real-
income tax money.
Like we ever get any.
Uncle Sam always killing me, man.
No, I mean, that means we pay proper taxes throughout the year.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we hope you enjoyed this episode. It hasn't been the longest. It hasn't been the probably most interesting, but we're excited about the future projects that we have going on. And if you'll stick around, you'll find out what they are. So until next time, bye.
We're out of here.